The golden age of arcade video games was a period of rapid growth, technological development and cultural influence of arcade video games, from the late 1970s to the early 1980s. The period began with the release of Space Invaders in 1978, which led to a wave of shoot-'em-up games such as Galaxian, and the vector graphics-based Asteroids in 1979, made possible by a new computing technology that had greater power and lower costs. Arcade video games transitioned from black and white to color, with titles such as Frogger and Centipede taking advantage of the visual opportunities of bright palettes. Video game arcades became a part of popular culture and a primary channel for new games. Video game genres were still being established, but included space-themed shooter games such as Defender and Galaga, maze chase games which follow the design established by Pac-Man, driving and racing games, which more frequently use 3D perspectives such as Turbo and Pole Position, character action games such as Pac-Man and Frogger, and the beginning of what would later be called platform games touched off by Donkey Kong. Games began starring named player characters, such as Pac-Man, Mario and Q*bert. And some of these characters crossed over into other media including songs, cartoons, and movies. The 1982 film Tron was closely tied to an arcade game of the same name. The golden age of arcade games began to wane in 1983 due to a plethora of clones of popular titles that saturated arcades, the rise of home video game consoles, both coupled with a moral panic on the influence of arcades and video games on children. This fall occurred during the same time as a video game crash of 1983 but for significantly different reasons, though both marred revenues within the North American video game industry for several years. The arcade game sector revitalized later during the early 1990s, particularly with the introduction of fighting games.